here we are, finally talking about the 2003 remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I know this might come off as a little bit of blasphemy here in the horror community, but I genuinely enjoy this more than the original. Is the original the better film? Hands down, absolutely no questions asked. But from a pure enjoyment factor, I give the nod to the remake, so let's talk about it. Let's begin at the start. In 2003, Platinum Dunes decided, hey, let's just remake Texas Chainsaw. And later they would remake a bunch of horror classic franchises like Amityville Horror, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, just to name a few. But I'll save all those for another day because I plan to cover those franchises someday too. But this film begins with five friends taking a road trip through Texas. I don't know why I just tried to make that sound so evil because, it's not that bad. When they pick up a mysterious hitchhiker, like, the original. After all, the hitcher starts screaming that she can't go back and they're going the wrong way. And in a state of panic, the hitcher commits suicide in their vehicle. So, like any sane human being, they pull over and attempt to find a location to contact the police since, no cell phones. They have to find a phone booth or find a location with a cell phone. So, when waiting for the sheriff, the five friends discover the Hewitt home, a change from the original Sawyer family. Why they changed the name, I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, the Hewitt family isn't what they seem, and Leatherface is larking about revving up that vroom vroom chainsaw, baby. So yeah, there's a slight change to the Texas Chainsaw formula, and I like it quite a lot because there's enough to make it different from the original, but also enough to keep in the same spirit. Especially with the Hewitt family. In the original, it is shown that they are cannibals, but this time around, it's only implied, and we technically never see them eating human flesh. So, like, you can make your own mind up if they're just evil people, or if they are cannibals, or if Leatherface needs people. It's like this one, they don't fully, show it. So you can kind of like create your own canon to it. So there's some mystery behind this family and the members. And speaking of the family home, the new house is incredible. I think it's a gorgeous piece of production design and a glorious stomping ground for Leatherface. Now let's talk about Leatherface. Good old Leather Boy. He's pretty brutal in this film. Like, he's gnarly. It's probably the most vicious and brutal he's ever been, especially during the chase scenes where he's just like, yo, he's like a shark. Like, he sees his target and he fucking goes for it. But he still has like that childlike nature about him where sometimes he seems almost nervous or scared. Like, he is still unsure of what he's doing. But when he needs to get the job done, he gets the job done. And this might be my favorite incarnation of the character so far, so kudos. Slight random tangent here. I really like the characters in this movie. Unlike the original, which I never got attached to any of them outside of like Sally, who is the lead character. I grew very fond of these characters quickly, almost immediately actually. Like, they come off from the start like somewhat likable, which also helps, which led to me being more invested in them and their paths involving Leatherface and all that good stuff. Because the characters work, it leads to the film working for me better as a whole. But forewarned, some of the brutal aspects and scenes had to be removed so the film could get an R rating, which is a shame because even now I am just so tired of the MPAA just butchering slasher films. No pun intended. And this film is also filmed in a completely different color palette and filming style from the original, which really separates it from the classic film. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake from 2003 is fun, gory, intense, scary, and overall a jolly good time. I know it's not the popular opinion, but I really love the remake more than the original. Again, not saying it's a better movie, but from pure joy, from pure enjoyment, I like the remake more. And if y'all hate the movie, that's fine. We all view art our own way. So if you hate it, kudos. If you love it like me, kudos. There are no wrong opinions about movies. So thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And like always, keep trying to do better and keep being good people.